So it seems I've told a lie. I do actually have the telemetry for my Hotlap. So this is the Volvo240 at Bathurst. Horrible Bathurst. For Tuesday Thunder, this coming Tuesday. Everyone knows the drill by now, so here we go. So I'm braking at the 100. I have the bias set back to 44.5 here. I have it at 45 on the practice server. Otherwise, the thing just locks the fronts up so easy. Even at 45, it's still locking. You've got to brake in a straight line. You can do a little tiny bit of trail braking, but it's basically nothing. Too much braking, it just loses the front end. So you've got to brake in a straight line, get it turned round, get on the power. I'm running TC1 here. I think normally rate TC2. I like to use the TC. I don't give a shit. People don't like it. I just use the tools that are available to go as fast as I possibly can. On the gas early as possible to get spooled. It will wag the front inside tyre. So here I'm braking around about here. Little light pressure first because there's a little bump just here. Then hard braking down to second. Get it turned in. There's a bit of camber on the inside of this corner you can get over into. If you miss it, you're just going to plough straight ahead. And getting back on the throttle quite early to get the run up the hill. See, they just camber there and then you get back on the throttle. Don't touch that curb on the inside. You can ride this left hand one. Now here, just as I start to turn in, I'll roll off the throttle and then just a very small amount of brake. You can see down here, I'm using jack shit brake. Down one gear, around about the apex here, and then slow down, then down into first for the next. I changed down a little bit too early there and it locked the rears. Now here, you can keep full throttle through this right-hander. Your instinct is to stay tight to this curb, but as soon as you get over the brow, it'll get loose, and you can just keep your foot on it and let it drift out to the left. There's a lot more track there than you think. Off the throttle quite early here in third to get it to tuck in to this right as close as you can get to this curb without touching it. If you touch it, it's going to fire you out on the outside. You've got to be over this white line basically. There's a little camber here, you'll see it. You tuck into it, then you can get back on the throttle straight away here. Over this brow, middle to the left. If you're too far to the right, you're just going to plough into the wall on the outside. And then down the bottom of the hill, off the throttle. You'll see my traces. Don't touch that left-hand curb. Now here I stuffed up this time. Generally I get off the throttle before the crest and get it started turning so that when you're over the crest and get light and get some air, you're already turning. I was a little bit late this lap, but normally I'm turning before the crest. Then you got a bit off the throttle, waiting for the apex to get back on. Otherwise you'll push wide into this gravel. Here I try to, I'm a little bit further to the left than normal, but try to the right seems to have less of a crest, and you're keeping the car straighter. It's a difficult corner, this one. Down into second. You got to turn left before you think you should, so you can get a bit exit. I stay to the left here and as I turn right, I'm already on the brakes, back into second. Now I stuff up Forest Elbow this time. You kind of want to brake early, otherwise you're just going to plow straight ahead. And if you don't brake enough, then you end up sliding like I did. I actually understeered this time, but you want to sort of brake early on the right and then tuck over to the left of the camber. So slow right down, you want to be over further to the left. I stuffed it up. This was quite a scruffy lap. Now I'm onto this tarmac here. As soon as I get onto it, I'm turning into the corner. The video from behind looks like I'm turning later, but that's where I think I'm turning. Now I'm braking about, I don't know, 160, 165 here. Hard down on the brakes. You can ride this left-hand curb. In fact, you probably should, because you get a better entrance onto the right-hander and get out faster. Here I'm braking probably 105, I'd say. Hard brake. Again, you should ride this curb on the left to get a better exit. Right, now we'll have a lap from behind in chase cam. I missed the apex a little bit there. It's probably another couple tenths on this straight if you get the apex right. This car does wiggle around quite a bit. As you get airborne here, you can see it on the track cam. Got to be patient with this car. If you try and force it, lean on the front too hard, it just lets go and understeers. I guess that's kind of what Group A's used to be. You have to be a bit patient. They were just road cars after all. Right, I'm just going to bring up a scatter plot. I was talking about it in the Tuesday Thunder. So I've got a scatter plot here of steering versus lateral G-force. So if I make it a bit bigger, I'll turn that off. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, maybe not. Video's having a spaz for some reason. So you can see here it gives you your steering angle versus, and on the bottom here, versus your lateral G acceleration. So you can see around the middle, if you to go at, let's see, 10 degrees of steering, that's where you're getting most of your G from. Then as you see here and in the red, it's basically meaning you're not getting any extra, you're just scrubbing the fronts. So you can see this here is probably at the hip, at the forest elbow where I did the big understeer. This here, probably second corner, I would say. It's hard to tell, but yeah, you can see that's the big understeer I had. So this can be quite useful, so you can see where you're really, you know normally where you are, but sometimes you don't know. Alright, that'll be enough for tonight. So, yeah, see you guys on Tuesday. If you have any questions, just pop it into the Tuesday Thunder chat for me. I'm always happy to help.